old school bodybuilding clothing company. If leg day was yesterday and now you're wondering why toilets are so damn low, you are definitely old school. If you're the only athlete at your gym that knows there's a contest today and it's to see who trains the hardest, you are old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
Welcome back to After Hours. I'm Dave Palumbo, back with the entire whack pack. John Romano, Gregg Valentino, and we have Big Lenny joining us again today. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
What's going on?
I got a big show today. I got a lot to talk about, so I got to get right to it, John. And first of all, it's our good friend Mel Chancey's birthday today.
Mel.
We got to wish him a big happy birthday. The reason I remember his birthday
Mel.
all the time is because I only know two birthdays. I know Jim Magnion's because it's the same day as mine, and Mel Chancey's is the same day as my mom. So that's how I know.
And your kids and Amanda's birthday. You better know that.
Yeah, well, yeah, those. I'm talking about people outside of my family. You know.
I know. I'm only kidding.
I had I can't remember anything. When we got married, Amanda and I, we were going to get married on I think it was November 30th or something like that. I said, no, I'll never remember this. We got to do December 1st. I said, that's way easier. So that's the whole reason we got married on December 1st, because I wouldn't be, I was petrified I'd forget otherwise.
Dave, is that an oxygen tank under your desk?
Yes, it is, and I'll tell you why. I don't know if you can. I didn't know you could see that. I have an ozone machine here. I brought my ozone machine over to the office, and I ozonate water. So the oxygen machine feeds into the ozone machine, and the ozone machine actually turns it into ozone, and you could bubble that into water, and I drink the water, and then I also actually put it into a big 60 cc syringe, and I IV the ozone too via like a syringe pump. So I've been doing all my alternative therapy modalities because of the whole cancer thing, So I'm actually supposed to schedule the surgery in the next for the next, I think, 2 weeks or so. I have to make sure I go off all my crazy supplements, because if I take like fish oil, I bleed like a crazy person. I'll lose all my blood in my body.
Dr. Blau can attest.
Why don't you just put one of your kids in a bathtub? That'll bubble the water.
Now, this machine, this Vitalizer Plus, my friend Blake Miller told me to get this. He's the guy who actually got me involved in Ozone like 15 years ago.
You know Blake?
Oh, I didn't know you know Blake.
We were in my buddy's house in Giant Villa in Mexico together a few years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny.
He introduced me to Ozone.
Yeah, he's the Ozone guy. That's where I bought all my equipment from him.
He was from Texas, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's Blake.
I had gone out partying after a show once, and someone told me, you got to go to this Blake's house. And I figured, well, I'm going to be here till later that day. So I think, I'm trying to think who was with me. We went to Blake's house in Texas. There was a bodybuilding show that weekend, and I was like really, I don't know if I was a little hungover or something like that. And he's like, you got to try Ozone, and he's giving me all these things to try. And I'm telling you, it completely revitalized my body so much so that I said, I got to get some of this stuff. So I bought all the Ozone equipment. I have the Ozone machine. I have an Ozone sauna, actually, which I need to bring over here, where you can actually pump Ozone in while you're sitting in it's like a little personalized sauna. And supposedly that's the best actually way to put ozone into your body, because the ozone actually leaches out the heavy metals in your body. And you could actually see it. If you sit on a white towel, you'll see like this silvery, metallic-y black stuff on the towel that you sweat out of your as you're in the sauna. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen.
That's a detox.
He did that thing with you use that ozone on somebody who had a wound on their ankle that wouldn't heal or their foot, and he put a bag, but in the tube with the ozone, and just pumped the ozone in there, and the freaking thing healed.
Yep, hyperoxygenation.
I mean, not immediately before your eyes.
You got to do a lot of treatments, with it, but it definitely helps. Yeah, it's a miracle, really, stuff if you use it right. And so I'm going to be doing a video on ozone again. I actually have done videos about 15 years ago on it. I'm going to do another one to show how I use the ozone. But this thing is a new thing. I haven't even opened it up yet. What it does is it spins water. You spin it for like 27 minutes in here, and what happens is it structures the water. Because when water actually is outside and flowing down a river, it's constantly being turned, and it actually allows the water molecules to line up properly in a hexagonal configuration. When you drink water out of a faucet where it's just sitting in a tank, it loses that hexagonal configuration supposedly, so it's not absorbed as well, and it's not energetically as alive. People don't realize.
It's got fluoride in it. They put fluoride in the water.
Yeah, but even like let's say I use RO water, because I have a water purifying system.
This is the best way to heal your wounds too.
What's that?
The Bible.
The Bible, absolutely. Well, speaking of the Bible, I got my Bible from Mr. G here in the mail. He sent me I know you guys are gonna be jealous, but he sent me a ton of stuff: jumbo lights, keto lights. I've been eating these cookies all day long.
I think George must really love you.
He does.
Because we don't
peanut butter and jelly cups.
Oh, wait. Greg got stuff, Dave gets stuff, and now John gets stuff, and then
jumbo cups.
I got you guys all.
I don't have nothing. I got nothing.
John,
look at this. It looks like I think he took an old you know how you get checks in the mail in those boxes. I think he took an old check box and put the jumbo cup. Thing
that's actually my. I have a candy maker that helps me make candy, and she gives me the coconut. Those are the.
These are unbelievable. What did you put in these? Can you tell me?
We put desiccated coconut.
Try this, Tyler. You're gonna love these.
And we put a high-end gourmet chocolate that we use. In the chocolate, and we drive the protein into the.
Now you claim that there's 28 grams of protein in here. How many of these?
Not in one. Not in one.
How many do you have to eat to get the 28 grams?
6.
3.
3? Okay. And how much sugar is in these? Is there a lot?
The sugar is probably about 10 grams in each one.
Oh, that's not bad. They're really good. How do you like it, Tyler?
They're bigger than the mounds.
It's an almond joy. That's what he said. Yeah, exactly.
Hold one up. How big is it? Because that's as close as I'll ever get to one.
Oh, you want? John, you like coconut? John.
I love coconut. You know I love
this
coconut.
This is really good. These are really good.
I
don't know if these are good for cancer, but they're definitely really good tasting.
They're bad for cancer because it increases alkalinity.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a big
box to me.
These are my favorites. The keto lights are my favorites. I can eat these like all day long.
You like those?
The best ones you make here. I mean,
George, I like the way you said 3.
The best
you
tasting.
Do it like an Irish guy, like this, 3. The guineas, we do it like this, 3.
The best tasting ones are the jumbo lights. The jumbo lights taste the best, but the keto lights I like because I can eat like 5 of them in a row, and it doesn't like bother my stomach, and I don't feel like I'm over sugared. These are
the ones you sent me, George, are amazing.
The keto lights, the jumbo lights are the best tasting.
I use almond flour. That's because almond flour. That John knows. If I made a whole thing with almond flour, I don't want to give that. Almond flour has.
Send Lenny. Why don't you send Big Lenny some?
I'm going to.
He'll get him before I do. Don't worry about it.
Guys, I'm doing everything myself as far as baking, answering emails.
You're doing good.
Sending stuff to Dave.
Mr. G is moving here.
A lot of stuff to Dave.
Hold on, Mr. G is moving down here, George. John. So
yeah, we got the welcome wagon coming for you, Boca, right, Mr. G?
Well, when he comes,
no, not Boca, because I got to be close to where the Rx studios are, because we want.
He's moving in my neck of the woods, John. Now.
Wait, whoa. Explain this whole machination of what are you doing?
We're moving down.
Who's we? Who's we?
I have a client that I've been training for 10 years, right? He's also Orthodox Jewish, right? And he wants to live where he can, during the Sabbath, Friday night and Saturday during the day, that he can walk to the shul, which is a temple, and they have a big community in Boca. But I says I'm not, because he wants me to come down there with him, and he's gonna put more money up into the company, so we get the food truck, have a facility. So and plus Florida is friendly for business. Right now, Florida very friendly for business.
That's true. That's very true.
I don't know if there's any Jewish people here in Cape Coral, though. Are there?
There are. Yeah, we already checked. Listen, and also I have plans. I'm going to run for city council in Cape Coral.
Oh boy! Oh my God!
Holy shit!
I already have the acidic. I had the.
I'm gonna have to run as his junior vice congressman there, because when they impeach him after 1 week, I have to take over, John.
Hey, not happening, because I'm going to tell 100% truth.
Yeah, you'll get elected, but then they'll impeach you, and I'll have to take over.
No, they won't. No, they won't, because
he's going to tell the truth. They're not going to elect him. He's saying.
No, they will.
Wait, what's the truth?
The truth.
What are you going to tell them?
Well, the truth is, I'm going to run on borders, language, and culture. That's my platform.
Borders, language, and culture.
Right. That's how you define a country. With a common border, everyone has a common language, and everyone has a common culture.
The common language down here is Spanish, George. You better start studying.
I disagree with the culture, because America's a melting pot of many cultures. So.
Well, but hold on. There's still the American culture. You come here and you accept American values. You have to have the American.
Like diners and rednecks and jacked up Corvettes.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
Let me ask you a question, George. Forget I don't want to. No one wants to hear about your politics right now. But I think what people do want to know is, will you? Lenny has a real big background in food service and food prep. Would you hire Lenny to work for you and maybe give him a full-time job doing the cookies with you?
Well, yeah, Lenny. Look, we need people for infrastructure to.
Why don't you put him in charge of all the food prep?
Yeah, well, we're going to do that. I need. That's why I'm moving. That's why I'm going down there.
I know you are. I'm telling you to offer Lenny a job.
Nothing
Where does Lenny live? Lenny, where do you live?
I'm in West Palm Beach now, which is, close to Boca Raton.
Yeah, that's close.
I think it's only a 2-hour drive to Dave's.
West Palm is too expensive, Lenny. You got to get out of there.
So wait. Where's Mr. G going?
Cape Coral.
Cape Coral.
Your side of the west coast of Florida.
Yeah, because
Lenny's on the East Coast.
No, I know, but I think that Lenny would move if Mr. G gave him a full-time job.
I'm gonna go towards where Dave is.
It's only a 2-hour drive. I want to get the food truck.
Well, why don't you just
down there?
You can't have the food truck without Jimmy the Bull, who, by the way, is very sick with COVID.
Jimmy's got COVID. Yeah, he's got COVID for the second time.
So far, me and Dave are the only ones who've called him.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was him calling us right now.
I didn't know he was sick.
I call him.
Listen, George, get a house, okay, and Lenny can live there with you as your roommate, pay rent, and then you could.
Holy shit.
He can work with you in the food service you guys are doing, whether it be hot dog production or your cookies you're making. He needs a job. You need a job, Lenny, don't you?
You're ruining the story. You got to have Jimmy the Bull in the truck with the hot.
Well, Jimmy will be there too, but you need someone who has a food expertise.
Absolutely.
Lenny knows.
I think Big Lenny should manage the whole thing. So you got the cookies over here, and then you got the truck going in and out. You get 2 trucks, 3 trucks.
Poor Lenny. Does he have a say in any of this?
He's not talking. I don't know why he's not talking.
Lenny, you don't have a say in this. Fucking Lenny might be. Look, I'm not driving 2 hours every fucking day.
He's going to move here. He's got to move to live with Mr. G.
He's got to move into Mr. G's house.
Right.
Holy Christ.
There's a whole thing. Look, there's a whole thing. I'm designing a whole, like Jenny Craig.
You could have a gym right in the warehouse, George, and this way Lenny could be, to train with you guys there.
Dave, everything's coming into place. It's coming to me. Someone just contacted me. They they're developing a new app that you can put before and afters on, videos. Trainers can have their clients log
John,
in.
tell him he's getting watered down already. He's not focusing.
So wait a minute. Well, yeah, he knows. He's good at that. Wait, are you gonna live? The Jew? You gonna live with him? The Orthodox Jew? You gonna live with him?
No, I'm not gonna. No,
He's gonna.
No, he doesn't want to live with Mr. G.
Wait, I want to know who's financing this thing. How's he gonna move?
The Orthodox Jewish.
The Orthodox Jew could live in
The
Naples.
Orthodox Jewish.
yeah, King. I call him King.
So the Jew's gonna find. So the Orthodox Jew. What's his name? So I can call him his name. What?
Wait, he's a single rich Jewish guy. So we're gonna have a date. I told him we're gonna have a dating show.
So
A dating show. Date a rich Jew.
what's his name?
How does he look in drag?
No, we don't. Listen,
Amanda's got a couple friends we can hook him up with. Don't worry about it.
Lenny's gonna be going for hot-looking girls from now on.
You're not gonna give us his name.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you his name, Mike Adler. I call his nickname.
Mike.
His nickname is King Kabbalah.
But you could call him Mike.
Yeah.
Or King for short, yeah.
So now Mike is gonna pay for your move. So how are you? What's his involvement? What's exactly his
He's
involvement?
probably got part of the business. Maybe give him some, invest.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to invest. He doesn't want to go there. First of all, he approached me. He didn't want to go down there by himself. There's a big $1.4 million house in Plainview up here. His mom just passed away. And he's getting about $3.5 million from his mom. They sold the house in Forest Hills, and he doesn't want to go by. He wants to be part of the whole action. He wants to be part of the whole all that's going on. And he's also single, so he's looking to date a fitness girl. He used to date that girl Elise.
Wait, how
Well, in
old?
that
he did?
case, you should go to Boca
Hold
Raton.
on. He dated Elise?
For a little
Elise
bit, yeah.
Firestone?
Yeah.
When was that?
That was about 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
He also helped. He's a good Look, he's a good person too. He also helped. I mean, that's another thing besides.
Maybe he could help us. Make all these things we. I want to do the Hall of Fame, the Bodybuilding Hall of Fame. Maybe you could have that too in the building you build.
Yeah. Look
Lenny, do you want to be a part of this or no?
Definitely. It sounds like a great offer. And where are you going to put the Bodybuilding Hall of Fame? What town?
Well, we'd have to do it near me because I'd have to keep on track of it. But maybe you could be the caretaker there too. You and John Hansen.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That ought to go over huge.
In Pennsylvania.
Jimmy the Bull is feeling better.
Oh yeah, we sent Jimmy a whole bunch of products. So. It's funny because Jimmy the Bull got COVID the same time my sister got it too. That was weird.
It doesn't exist. He doesn't have a COVID. He has a flu.
So Dave's getting cookies.
He was whacked. He was whacked.
Jimmy's getting
Why did he get tested?
The only thing's missing is my cookies.
That's right.
That's it.
Coming.
Jimmy,
The cookies in the cup.
So wait, Jimmy, hang on.
Stop playing the guitar for a second, Jimmy.
Jimmy, wait a second. So we got now, Jimmy, pay attention. You listening? Jimmy, pay attention. So we got Mike, okay, from Plainview. He's selling his $3 million house, and he's going to give the money to Mr. G. All right, and they're all moving to Cape Coral, Florida, but not in one house, in two houses. but they're going to buy the truck. Now you got to come because Big Lenny's going to manage the truck and the cookie business because Mike is going to fund the cookie business and the truck. The hot dog truck, so you can move now, because Mike is going to pay for it.
Right.
Yes.
Mr. G just said.
Is this a fact? Or is this?
Yes.
This is a fact, according to George. Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard it. here.
It's 100% fact. Dave, didn't I ask you for the number of the real estate person?
You did. I don't know if you called her or not, but.
Oh yeah, we're putting. First, we wanted to see if there's any shuls down there, and there are.
There are. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well,
How could there not be shuls in Florida?
yeah.
Oh,
Got to move to Florida, and half of them are Jews.
we're gonna have a parade we're gonna have a big parade down. We'll have a big parade every year down there for the RxMuscle fans.
Yeah.
I have a whole thing what we're gonna do.
He's gonna turn this town upside down, John.
It sounds like I'm coming. I want an invitation.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do stuff.
We got to get Valerie on the district attorney's office down here. Yeah.
She's still a member of the Florida bar, so that can come in handy.
She should go to. She's got to start doing defense law.
The sound of all of this.
Make some money, Defend all
What,
the
does she hang out
criminals.
at the Florida bars?
So, Dave, can I tell you something, Dave?
Yeah.
Member, not
To
a
me.
Last night, what's up, Greg? Last night I got, part of this COVID shit is you got no taste and no fucking smell.
Right.
So last night I got up, I live alone, right? So I got my milk and I'm whacking my milk down in the middle of the night,
No, he's the only adult who drinks regular milk, still.
60-year-old man drinking milk that's supposed to be for baby cows.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Well, can I finish my fucking story? I don't give a fuck.
I'm sorry. I'm just so glad to see you're feeling better.
Yeah, me
That's
too,
all.
yeah.
I'm happy to
I'm not
see
feeling better. I'm still fucked up.
Why, 'cause
Anyway,
because you were
Tell
drinking
a
sour milk.
story. I want to hear a story.
I'm trying to tell the motherfucker. So I get up, I take a swig of milk. I go back to bed. I get up. I take a leak. During the night, this is what I do, So I get up like the second time, and I'm drinking the milk, and all of a sudden there's like a lump goes in my mouth, right? I'm like, I said, that ain't fucking good, right? So I spit it out, and I'm pouring the milk in, so it's got all the lumps in the fucking milk.
Well, it's probably a month old. That's why.
It went bad.
It went bad. So the point I'm making, I'm not going to die from the COVID. I'm going to die from eating bad shit in my fucking house because I can't smell and taste anything over here. I'm going to die of botulism and all kinds of fucking shit. That's what's going to happen to me.
Oh, you didn't even know it was tasting sour. I got the whole thing. I got the
How
whole
can I
thing.
know it was tasting sour? I can't smell dog shit. You can put gasoline under my nose. I wouldn't even know.
What a
He
curse.
drank cottage cheese.
What a terrible fate, John. He loves hot dogs. He can't even taste them now.
I know. I was just going to say, what a curse for an Italian in New York to lose their taste and their
I made a hot
shit.
dog yesterday with the fucking mustard and the sauerkraut. Couldn't taste anything.
Ugh.
After that kidney stone you passed the other day, you're still eating those hot dogs? Come on.
Hold
on. Why don't you and George work on maybe Lenny could help you out. Work on a healthy hot dog. Can't you guys make a hot dog that's actually made with normal ingredients? Right, yeah.
And they got Mike. It can be kosher.
That's right. Get
You can
the
bless
rabbi
it.
to bless it.
Yeah.
He could bless that shit.
Nothing like a kosher hot dog.
Can you make that happen,
sausage
George?
and peppers.
Yeah,
You know what they
sausage
charge to
and
make something kosher? $5,000. You have to pay $5,000 a year.
Yeah, it's a
They
ripple.
owe you. That's what I paid. I used to have our sauce up. Oh, you then I realized, what do I need it for?
They come and say a prayer.
Yeah.
$5,000.
Go to an Italian feast, eat sausage and peppers.
Right.
I know Jimmy would do that shit.
Well, this is a good opportunity to
Yeah.
clean out the refrigerator if you can't smell or taste them.
That's right. So
I
anyway,
don't know how much bad. I ate a whole lot of bad shit already. I don't even know what I ate. I mean, everything. I think the hot dogs were bad because they weren't the regular pink color. They were kind of like getting gray.
when you pass another kidney stone, I'm going to tell you I told you so. Believe me.
Well, he's
I
got
don't know how I
all
could
this
pass another one.
stuff now.
I passed two huge ones last Sunday. They look like fucking.
No,
you sent them to me. I
One of them
know.
was but one of them was a petrified hot
He
dog. It
he
wasn't a
FedExed
clean-
it to me, John. I have it on my mantelpiece. It's like it looks like a meteorite from like another
You got
planet.
it?
That thing was a fucking boulder.
You FedEx Dave your kidney stone?
Yeah.
Nice. That's nice.
Now, I gotta bring this up.
Now that's one thing I'm glad none of you sent me. All right.
I gotta
Pure
bring this.
love, John. Pure
Hold-
love.
I got to bring up something funny before I forget it. I got to ask Lenny. Lenny probably would know better than we would on this one. I interviewed Dr. Tony Huge. John obviously was on the on Heavy Muscle Radio, and Dr.
That's my
Tony Huge
boy.
said the new thing in porn now is the transgenders who were females who are now men. They're doing like porn with their their new enlarged clitorises down there, like penetration porn. Did you hear about this, Lenny?
No, not at all. Fill me in.
Yeah, it's a
His
new big
eyes
thing,
just
right?
lit up.
John, right? Isn't that what he told us?
What the fuck are you asking him for? What is he, an expert on fucking?
Yes, he's an expert in porn. He is.
Well, let's just say he's interested.
Yeah.
That's The female bodybuilders got the same shit.
No, it's
My
supposedly
friend-
bigger. Supposedly,
No, it's bigger.
Nah, it's all bullshit. My friend dated a female bodybuilder that you know. I don't want to say her name, a big Amazon one.
Yeah.
And he used to tell me that her fucking clit could go in his ass.
Well, that's what this guy was. That's what Tony Hughes was telling me. That's the
I
new
know,
thing.
but you know what they do? They cut it. They cut the clit so it hangs, like it comes out a little bit more.
Oh,
And
really?
that's why.
Hey, Greg, you remember the story I told you I gave a chick a blowjob? Remember that story?
No, I don't remember that one. You gave it to. Oh, you mean when you sucked on that girl's clit?
Yeah. The girl sat in my face. I moved her underwear to the side.
all right,
It came out like a
too much
fucking half a hot
information.
dog.
No,
He ate her little pig in a blanket.
It looked like a fucking pig he fell out.
Hey, what they don't realize, dude. I know a female to male transgender who's a porn star, Buck Angel, and dude, I was in a club with him and my friends, and me and him were the two biggest guys this is when I was jacked. Me and him were the two biggest guys in the club.
Right.
And meanwhile, he was born a girl. Bro, he's bald head, goatee, smoking cigars and shit. Fucking tank top, fucking tattoos all over, big arms.
Wait, he was a female?
It was a woman who's now a man.
well,
He does
well,
porn.
think about that industry.
No, he doesn't have a penis. He's still got a vagina, but he's got like a mangina. You know what I mean? It's
So now when you upload this video, you got to click that box that says "not for kids," right?
Always on everything we do, basically. Yeah.
Explicit content, no monetization.
Yeah.
Good thing we all got fucking jobs, because if we had to rely on the YouTube check.
No, but think about it. If you know, in porn, the males with the biggest penises usually are the ones that are in the porn movie. So I would imagine when you transition, when you have the transgenders, it would be the same thing. Not every woman who becomes a man is going to have a big thing down there, so they probably pick the biggest ones, you know, and those are the ones who do the porn movies, you know.
Is that transgender or transsexual?
Well, same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing. It's just it's just like a garbage man is a sanitation worker.
The RxMuscle male meter just got pegged on 10 with that statement.
Yeah.
No, but come on, it's like a sanitation worker's now a fucking, you know, it was a garbage man. You know what I mean?
It's retarded.
You know, Greg, when I was in Amsterdam, you know, the red light district, I went over there to check it out. And all the chicks in the windows down the alleyway, they're all transgenders too. They're
Are they?
like, yeah, they're like Taiwan, you know, Vietnamese, you know, guys. They're
Lady
like dressed
boys,
up like women.
Were those the ones you visited?
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, it don't matter.
You didn't go in there, Jimmy, did you?
No, I didn't go in there. I was just going down the alleyways checking shit.
Yeah, I walked down that street too, but yeah, you didn't. I was wondering if you actually went in there.
Dave, you went in there with boots, Dave. I think you went in there.
No, I didn't. I was too scared. That's for sure.
I was too scared too, Dave. That place looked like fucking hell, man. The red light I mean, you know, you really did.
It is hell. It's like dust.
I thought I died.
You're like the devil is just walking around there. Yeah.
Jimmy, you never.
Vampires.
Hey, none of you guys ever been to the Peep Show booths in New York City? It's the same shit. You go in there, they're all fucking red lights. You don't know what the fuck's in the, you know, what the fuck you're walking into.
How about the ones back in the day that you put the token,
put the token in there,
and
the fucking window goes up.
You had no idea what was behind there. No idea. So you paid us money. I remember we were like 17 years old and we snuck in there. And we're like, oh, so we get the token, and we put that thing went up, and it went, oh. How do I not unsee that? There was the skankiest couple of hookers I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, I used to go in there and watch live sex acts on stage.
Yeah, they were live. They were live.
Dude, a good friend of mine who's now on Fox. I'm not going to say his name on here because he's a fucking famous. He's super famous. He's on Fox News. He's one of their fucking senior anchormen there. But anyway, we used to hang out when we were kids and we'd go in there and shit. It was crazy. You don't know what the hell you see.
Isn't it funny how Greg knows everyone, John?
Hey, that was right in the middle of Times Square.
They had that
Dude, it's
thing
still
in
there.
Greg, they had that in Amsterdam
It's
too.
not there no more. They
cleaned all that up.
There was a bridge in Amsterdam. I don't know if you remember, Dave. There was like a bridge connecting the road. It was like a canal in the middle and a bridge. And then they had these two theaters on each side of the bridge, right? Like playhouses, right?
Yeah.
And the guy standing out front like Cheech and Chong and fucking Dustin Dawn. He's like, come on in, Bobby and Sue are back. Come on in. You know, and we're like, that was with Keith Angeline. I'm like,
we got stinky pussy, smelly pussy, wet pussy.
So I didn't know what it was. So me, Keith Angeline, and this guy Jeff, you know, we said, fuck it. We paid the $10, whatever it was at the door. We went in there. It's like a movie theater. All the seats are down at an angle with the curtain closed. We're all waiting. Finally, the fucking lights go down. The curtains open up. Everybody's clapping. And there's Bob and Sue fucking on the fucking stage live. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is fucking insane. I never seen anything like this in my life. Two people just banging away on the stage. Everybody's cheering them on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was like a football game.
I got arrested with fucking my partner Paul in that fucking place because we had a fight. He threw a fucking soda bottle off a girl's head, and we had a big fight in there. Big fight. We all got arrested. We got pulled out of there. NYPD arrested.
And Amsterdam, this is New York. This is in New York.
Yeah, we go in New York, dude. New York all the time. I
New York, Amsterdam, same thing.
Did you walk in there? They knew me by name and shit.
I can only imagine, Greg. I can only imagine.
I dated a girl in the 80s, right? And all of a sudden, I'm walking, you know, right there where all the peep shows are, and the chicks were coming out and they're going, hey, what are you doing? They're hugging me. The girl's like, how do you know these people? And I'm like,
He's a regular.
He's a regular, right?
Man, we used to have a good time there.
By the way, I want to thank Michelle Gates, my good friend Michelle Gates, for sending me. She sent me a whole amazing care package of stuff. This shirt, it's F cancer, basically shirt. You know, I'm not really against like saying F cancer. I think that you should love your cancer and that's how and assimilate it. But the point is, she took up a lot of time. She sent me a whole bunch of stuff, a huge, bigger than Mr. G's box of stuff. And I want to just thank her personally on the air for that. Thank you, Michelle. You're a sweetheart. Also, I want to bring up, what else do I want to bring up? Oh, Greg, you had mentioned to me, I had did a show with Anthony DiPasquale, who's actually Mauro DiPasquale's nephew. We did on some anti-cancer treatments. And a lot of people have been asking me about pancreatin, which is a nutritional supplement that he recommended that I take, you know, between meals, by the way. It's a digestive enzyme complex, but you don't take it with food. You take it between meals. It helps supposedly digest, you know, nodules and cysts in your body. And the type I bought was Dr. Clark's pancreatin. They're 500 milligram capsules. I usually take 2 of the capsules between meals, like maybe 3 times a day. That's what I've been doing so far with them. And
why'd you pick that brand, or like not Now Nutrition or something?
No, I bought Dr. Clark's. It's on Amazon.com. You can get it on there. And it seemed like I did some research. It seemed like that was a pretty high, you know, very popular, high quality one, and it wasn't too crazy expensive. I also want to just mention, as long as I'm plugging stuff, clenbuterol testers. We have them on DavePalumbo.com. If you guys are using clenbuterol, I got to tell you, a lot of the clenbuterol that people have been showing me the results of have been basically not only fake, but a lot of weak clenbuterol. This stuff not only tests if your clenbuterol is real, but it'll actually tell you the milligram strength of the stuff. So these are available at DavePalumbo.com. And like I said, if you're using clenbuterol, test it. There's a lot of suspicious clenbuterol out there that I'm seeing. Remember, I work with a lot of people, and even the people I don't work with who buy the testers, they all send me the results and say, hey, what do you think of this? So I've seen a lot of the stuff out there. There's not that much good clenbuterol. So you really, for $20, you should test your clenbuterol and just make sure that what you have is real.
Probably ephedrine. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
But what about the other shit with DiPasquale? Because you guys were talking about taking the baking soda, which I do only if I have agita before bed. I won't take it during the day because then it fucks up your food.
Well, you got to take it. You got to take it on an empty. You can't eat for 2 hours. So usually, I do it either first thing in the morning, like you said, or right before bed. But there shouldn't be food in your stomach because it'll neutralize the acidity in your stomach. So if you have an empty
you won't
stomach,
digest what you eat.
Right.
That's what But see, they didn't say that yesterday. And then apple cider vinegar too. I take that. I drink that. I've been doing that. People see me do it I used to do it on the videos with Joe Pietaro.
I put the apple cider vinegar, believe it or not, in my Fiberlife shakes twice a day. So I kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I brush my teeth with the baking soda.
I use balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, but you don't want to. Let me tell you.
No, balsamic has got sugar in it. For alkalinization, you got to use Bragg's apple cider vinegar with Mother. It's the greatest antacid, but it also alkalinizes your body really well.
But Dave, these people.
That little bit of sugar in a tablespoonful of vinegar is bad.
Yeah, but the problem is that it doesn't have the mother, the pulp.
It doesn't have the mother.
The pulp is what alkalinizes your body.
Right.
The what?
The pulp of the actual apple.
Oh, okay.
The shit I drank last night, John, in the milk.
But Dave, what the other thing is that people don't understand. It's obsessed with alkalizing their body. See, I don't believe in all that shit because that fucking, you keep alkalizing your stomach is an acidic environment.
Well, yeah, it's only acidic though, Greg, when you eat protein foods. When you eat protein foods, your body releases acid to activate the enzymes
to break down vegetables and all. Yeah, I know that.
So if you do it in between meals, that's why I always tell people drink your alkalinized water between meals. You don't drink it when you're actually eating food because it's just going to get neutralized by the acidity in the stomach. Right.
I know that, but I think you guys just to make that clear. So
no, it's a good point. It's a very good point.
You know what I mean?
What about the people who say that your body regulates that naturally and there's no such thing as just...
Well, the problem, John, is if you watch that episode with Di Pasquale, your body will take the calcium in your bones to neutralize the acidity, and you don't want to be leaching calcium out of your bones constantly because obviously you only have a limited supply, and that can lead to osteoporosis long term. So you really want to give your body... you want to take calcium anyway if you eat a high protein diet because that raises acidity, but you also want to then help the body, alkalinize itself so it doesn't have to, like I said, use all your own calcium in your body to do that.
But isn't there plenty of calcium in the Tums I'm taking for the heartburn?
Calcium is not that. Believe it or not, that calcium is very poorly absorbed. That's like calcium in Tums is calcium carbonate. It's chalk basically. You're eating chalk, John.
Right.
John, take a little half a teaspoonful of baking soda, it'll go away like that instantly. But if you eat food, you're not going to digest it because it's fucking, you neutralize your stomach.
Better off than the baking soda because it's a little too strong. If you do have a little indigestion, John, do the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon in like 6 ounces of water. It'll be gone, your indigestion.
Yeah, because usually in the afternoons or the evening is when I get...
Instantly gone.
Me too.
Instantly.
If you're
getting fucking old, John, that's why.
John, if you have agita before you go to bed, I take the baking soda because when you lay and you sleep and you burp in your sleep or the acid comes up in your sleep, that's what burns your esophagus. Yeah. And that's how you get that, when people have laryngitis for like 3 months and shit.
Yeah. My dad used to get that. Yeah, my dad used to get
What's that?
My dad used to get that all the time because of that.
I get it like periodically. Depends how stressed I am.
Do your apple cider vinegar a couple times a day, John.
I drink apple cider vinegar all the time.
But not with a meal. But not with the meal, right?
I do with the meal too.
No, you can do it with the meal because it's acidic, the apple cider vinegar. But you can't you don't want to do baking soda.
It also lowers your sugar, John, and it helps your liver. So I do it with the meal too.
I just put it on my salad.
I'm opening a cookie here. Sorry, guys. I'm opening a keto light cookie here.
I drink a lot of beer for the liver. Dave, what's with that hammer, man? I want to ask you what's
all right, hold on. Whatever you do, don't listen to anything Jimmy the Bull tells you to do as far as nutritional goes, because he has kidney stones. So
they're not kidney
what's
stones.
With the hammer?
They're
hold on, John.
Hot dogs.
What's with the hot? I want to know what the hammer. What's with the hammer on Dave?
One of our viewers made this for me on a 3D printer. Okay, it was all panels, and he put it together. I've repaired this thing about 5 times because my son thinks it's a hammer he can hit like his sister with or me with. So he keeps breaking it. It's got the RX emblem here, and it says on the back, "Whoever holds this hammer, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." So
nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Except, like I said, if you come here and visit me, you'll probably get hit in the head with this thing, and it's been broken multiple times.
Oh, is that thing made out of, so the head's made out of like a type of plastic?
It's all plastic, this whole thing, yeah. It's really nice. I mean, like I said, the whole thing was done on a 3D printer and then assembled afterwards. It was a beautiful piece.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, very nice.
You still got all your swords, Dave? All your, your Conan swords and all that?
You know what? I can't. I gave a lot of them away because I can't keep them because my kids they'll probably kill me in my sleep or something like that. Too dangerous.
Yeah, you had a lot of swords back when you lived in Seaford.
That's when you're a bachelor. You can have swords on your wall. Not when you have kids.
That video of your kids in its freezer at Costco was fucking hysterical. They were literally in a frenzy over It was like that scene when Robin Williams came to the United States and he's standing in the coffee aisle. You know.
Well, what'd they do, John? They
It's super. It's you know the show Supermarket Sweep. You ever remember that show?
No,
I've seen it.
Supermarket Sweep was like you used to get they give two women a cart and you got to run through the supermarket and get as many. You got to try to figure out what's the most expensive thing and throw it in the cart. And then when the time runs out, they add up your cart and whoever has the most money worth, it wins. That's my kids in any kind of store. They just.
Hey, Dave, we should do that in your warehouse, Dave.
But they're in the freezer.
Show. See how many species you can get.
I videotaped them in the ice cream freezer, going nuts, pulling out like 40 boxes of like ices and ice cream pops and everything.
But they're in the freezer. They're climbing.
Oh yeah, they go in the freezer.
They're only this big. You know.
Oh, you're talking about the walk-in one.
Yeah.
We couldn't find my son once. My son was actually in the
front or the back.
My son was in the egg freezer. He went all the way into the thing.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I couldn't find him. Where the heck is he?
I got a question, Dave. You got any recommendations? I've been home for 10 fucking days. I cleaned the house. I threw out a whole bunch of shit. I went through the attic. I made up new songs on my guitar. I can't take it no more. You got any recommendations I could do while I can entertain myself for the next few days?
Transsexual porn. That's what I hear is the big thing.
Masturbate.
You can do phone porn. You can do phone porn.
Jimmy, go live on Instagram.
There you go.
Chat
Pump
repeat.
up your Instagram page. Start going there live.
Jim,
maybe I'll start playing some
masturbate on
songs
camera
on
to fucking
When we hang up,
like
hold on.
that.
When we're done with this show, we're going to do the Jimmy Paletti show. Tyler's going to make you a little intro through 3 seconds, and we'll put you on the Jimmy Paletti show, and you could just go and rant for an hour straight.
That is brilliant. That's brilliant. That's why you're sitting at the desk.
Yeah, like the Derek Anthony. Remember the Derek Anthony show?
It's a spin-off, exactly. And remember he had the dry cleaners and the pizza place and the car wash.
But forget before that. Remember before he had his own show, before I fired him, he had like Jeff producing his show for him. You remember how demanding he was of that show?
Dude, I'm the guy that got him with that fucking company that he was working for with this show. He asked me.
Who?
When he was doing his own show on
right. You got him the car wash?
Now I can't remember the names.
Yeah.
No, I got him yet.
No, I'm talking about when he did his own fucking radio show.
When he did the car, you got him the car wash?
No, the fucking radio show, the show. He had nowhere to go. He was telling me. I was talking.
Oh, he went to like Blog Talk
Voice
or something
America.
like
that. It wasn't Voice America. It was one of those.
Blog Talk or radio.
And then Blog Talk Radio. And then because I knew the guy over there, and Derek's like, give me the guy's number. So I gave him the number, and then he was doing it. He wanted to be on the first show, but I couldn't do it because I was under Bleckman's contract.
He was rich. He was really Rich Piana. He was really what Rich Piana.
Yep, absolutely.
Rich had a like a rest.
He was Rich Piana and Boston Lloyd merged together.
And they're all dead.
Except, you're right. Except Boston Lloyd.
Well, I could tell you stories, bro. I was with Derek at that fucking what's his name's after party, Matthews after party. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to say too much. He gets pissed off.
Yo,
Matt
guys,
Bristol.
I gotta go, man. Dave, I gotta go because I'm fucking dizzy as shit right now, man.
All right, go lay down.
You all right?
Yeah, I got dizzy all of a sudden.
Send him some cookies, George.
Hey,
I will. Jimmy, drink some aminos.
Wait a second. If you're dizzy, don't
Drink
go
the
by
Amino
yourself.
Evolved I sent you there. I bet he hasn't used any of those supplements I've sent him.
You should stay here with us. Don't go off by yourself.
Did you use any of the species stuff I sent you?
I tell you, it's like I'm looking at the screen right now and it's fucking going like this, man. I can't.
All right, lay down. Go lay down.
Maybe he needs to take a nap. Take a nap, Jim.
Yeah, I gotta go
Sleep it
lay
off.
down, man. I gotta lay down.
All right. We'll
That's
talk
the
to you
only way
later.
you're gonna beat
We
that
love
shit
you.
is sleeping that off.
This fucking shit comes and goes. It's the weirdest shit ever, man. I never felt anything like.
All right, well, go lay down,
Sleep it
Jimmy.
off.
Go lay down.
I gotta go lay down.
All right, go.
Take care, Jimmy.
We love you, man.
Lenny, let me ask you a
too.
question. Have you got vaccinated?
Go.
No,
What?
I'm never getting vaccinated.
No, I'm not talking to you, Jimmy. I'm talking to Lenny. All
All right, I'll see you
right,
later.
later.
Take care,
No.
Jim.
I'm never getting vaccinated. I
You
got
never?
vaccinated
Why
for
not?
a flu. It's mandatory for working at the hospital 10 years ago, and I got sick for 3 days and missed Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
So, I don't see the point.
No,
I
there's
don't know
no
what's
point.
in it. Nobody knows what's in it.
People dying from it. Look, they banned it and then people dying from taking that. I know someone who died.
Dude, Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron died.
Hank Aaron died.
My partner, the guy that walks the dogs with her, he said he got the shot, and 2 days later he was dead. The shot kills people.
You know why?
I would never trust anybody from the government tell me I need to get a vaccination ever again.
I think the Johnson & Johnson J&J. I think the J&J vaccine is going to be better.
The one I recommend.
I think the J&J is going to be better because it's a DNA vaccine. So one shot.
Studies, they didn't have any really good studies. They pushed it out.
George, it doesn't have, you have to have the fucking piece of the virus. The only one, AstraZeneca supposedly has a piece of the dead virus, and which cannot be, you know, people freak out. It's got a piece of the virus in it. But you fucking momos, it's dead.
It's like the polio vaccine had dead virus.
Builds an immunity to it. But this other shit don't even have the virus.
Right. So what happens is when you get the second shot, what happens is that second shot is what it causes an autoimmune effect in your body, and your own white cells start attacking itself.
I don't like the messenger RNA part of it. I think that if you can do the DNA virus, the DNA vaccine is going to be a better option.
Technology. That's why it's.
Yeah, but you know what the worst part is, though? This is the fucking part. When the government gets involved, they're going to make it so if you don't get your vaccine, no, you can't fly on a plane. No, dude, let me see your vaccine papers. That's what they're going to do. They want it so that
you know how instantaneously the underground is going to spring up and create fake vaccine.
Yeah, it's like
we had fake IDs back in the day, right?
Yeah,
unless of course there's some secret stuff involved included in the vaccine that they can detect you or track you or collect.
Nah, they're going to know if you take the vaccine. They're going to know. They're going to want, your doctor's going to have to give you, it's fucked up. I think it's fucked up. It's all control, bro. Well, you don't even hear, who's been dying? You don't even know. All of a sudden.
No, there's a lot of people getting sick.
You don't hear that. You know why?
Suppressing all stuff. All stuff.
Because the fucking Democrats are in it. They're the ones that want you to get the vaccine.
Look,
look at Jimmy. Jimmy's
fear-mongering. Divide and conquer. All this diversity shit is bullshit. It's a fucking lie. Tired of hearing that because I got white skin. I'm a fucking racist. Tired of that shit.
It's the gulag acapella.
Greg, you know, they got to change, you know, the black and white cookie, you know, they got to change the name. They got to change the name from black and white cookie to multicolored cookie.
Biracial cookie.
They're not doing that.
Instead, they put the black side on the white side.
They want to get rid of the term mother and father, guys. What do you, I mean,
come on. They already did technically. On papers, for the fucking for the house and shit like that, like legit paper.
This is communism. Bro. This is communism coming to the world. Wake up! That's what's happening. Read Zelensky's book about what happened to gulags in Russia.
Wait, did you see that fucking?
They demonized the whole population.
Did you see that?
80 million people killed.
That ex-college superstar basketball player, he's like 6'8", 6'9", and he's playing with girls now. He's like fucking 40 years old, and now he's playing in a college girls team. It's ridiculous.
It's upside down.
It's hurting them.
Look, this is my daughter right here. My daughter's college basketball. All right, and I'm just telling you. Imagine my daughter playing with some fucking guy that's like 6'10" and shit.
George,
you know what I mean?
Listen to this. George, you sent me a good video from that radio show. They actually pointed out that the women's, you know, we have one of the best soccer teams, the World Cup team, right? The women's, let me finish the story. The women's World Cup, you know, soccer team is they've won the World Cup multiple times. They're tremendous, our soccer players from the United States. They put them up against a Scholastic boys soccer team comprised of 15-year-old kids. They won 5-0. The 15-year-old boys beat the World Cup women's soccer team 5-0. What does that tell you?
Because men have 38 times the amount of testosterone a female has. There's no way
it's not just testosterone. It's you could put a female bodybuilder out there who's taking more testosterone than them, and they won't be able to perform like that. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the genetic makeup. You can't change that DNA.
Right.
Bone structure,
Fallon Fox.
tendons and connective tissue, strength.
Look at Fallon Fox. As Fallon Fox, when she was a man, she fought. And Joe Rogan talks about this all the time because he knew her as a man. And she didn't win she couldn't even beat the average guy. She was subpar as a man, okay, fighting. She was just like a guy in a fucking jiu-jitsu dojo. My daughter fights guys in the dojo. My daughter's a jiu-jitsu fighter. But anyway, when Fallon Fox transgendered, she became like a monster, like kicking all these girls' asses and shit, you know. And I'm just saying, even Joe Rogan, who's like, you know, he's very, you know, he's into all that like fucking liberal shit. So he'd be down with all that. But he was like, yo, they should have a league of their own. There's no way that you mix that shit. And the whole diversity bullshit, you know, right now you got women fucking already. There's women baseball coaches. I'm talking about in the major leagues.
Right.
They're not the actual coaches, but there's like on the Yankees have a woman's batting coach in the minors and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you have you know, it's just like, it's not that they're the best person for the job. We want to show diversity.
No.
That's what it shows.
Well, that's
What's
fine,
the
but you
best
can't
person?
let people who were born men who decide they want to identify as a woman compete in sports, obviously. With
I don't think
women's
that's
sports.
fine, though. You can't tell me that's the diversity. There's a difference. You can't
Wouldn't
just
it, you know
say,
what would be
I'm
really
gonna
cool?
hire-
Greg, you know what would be
you
really
can't hire a
cool?
position because she's a woman that she should have. And it's all bullshit. You show me one job today where blacks or
affirmative
women are
action.
not making as much as men. That's a fucking lie. Show me where.
I think it would be cooler, don't you, to see a person who looks like a woman on the New York Yankees. That would be
Why?
cooler to me.
No.
What's
Born
cool
a male,
about that?
decides she's a female, but competing in men's sports.
No,
at that level.
but she's not the best. Listen,
No,
if she-
no, Greg. I'm assuming if she is, I'd rather see someone someone.
There isn't any. There'll
What?
never be one.
There's
No,
never
but
gonna be-
George, she was born a male. She identifies as a female, but she can still compete with the
She
top
does-
men. That's
She
what I'm
needs
saying.
she needs to read this.
In other
No,
words,
listen,
Bruce Jenner.
She's not going to
Bruce
do
Jenner,
it.
right? Yeah.
You're not going to do it, though, because first of all,
Why
Bruce
not?
Jenner right now probably couldn't throw a football the way he used to. Bruce Jenner fucking sparred with Muhammad Ali. You know, he couldn't fucking, his ex-wife had beat his ass now. What happened?
Well,
is
he's 67 years old too. You know.
No, but they lose, he's fucking like 70. But listen, the thing is, though, is that they lose their interest. If you're transgendering yourself, the last thing you want to do is play baseball. You know what I mean?
Well, they're
What is
playing
no.
they're playing girls' sports, so they obviously have some interest in sports.
No, those are guys playing. They're not real transgenders. Look what they look like. There's a difference. There's a difference. John, you know, you've been in New York City. You know what I mean? We've been in clubs. You know, you see the girl. There's trannies I can show you. That I don't care. Even the guys that watch this go, that's disgusting. I would never fuck with. I'll show you some that are hotter than your wife, hotter than your girlfriend, and that you would fuck in 2 seconds. I don't give a shit. You don't see them. You see the messes. You see that fucking thing that it walks in GameStop. Call me ma'am. It kicks the shit. That's not a transgender. That's a fucking mess. That's a fucking mess.
Well, like the one who's the head of the health department in our country.
That's a fucking. That's not a transgender. That's a confused male.
Guy's got like 4 kids. He's in charge of the health for the country.
Dude, he's a fucking
Get
disgrace.
out of here.
It's a disgrace.
Right out of Monty Python.
Listen, you can't hire people because of their gender or their color of their skin. You hire who is the best person
Right,
for the job.
right.
I got no problem if I see a black dude get a job over a white dude if
Based
he
on
is
merit.
if he's the better candidate for the job.
On merit.
But I don't want to hear
merit,
this
yeah.
shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, minorities aren't getting paid and women aren't getting paid the same for the same job. That's a fucking lie. That's fucking political bullshit. Show me one job. You show me at one of these big corporations that they're, first of all, they're promoting women.
Why does the Mr. Olympia get more money than the Miss Olympia winner?
Because there's no draw for that. It's two separate
Right.
sports.
It's driven by
You can't.
commerce.
Wait a minute. You can't fucking mix apples and oranges. You can't say, well, men's gymnastics and female gymnastics. Female gymnastics is more popular than men's
Absolutely.
gymnastics.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right,
you
well,
can't
Miss-
say.
But
you
they don't
can't
pay
mix
for that, so it
apples and
doesn't matter.
oranges.
More
You
money
say,
than Mr. Olympia.
What'd you say?
What's that?
Lenny?
Miss Universe contest draws much more money than Mr. Olympia.
First
ever
of
does
all,
with a different-
First of all, these
different
girls aren't
activity.
even athletes. What? Because some girls in bikini, she works out in a gym. She's an athlete. Neither are most of the guys. I don't even want to get into that. But you can't compare the Miss Olympia with the Mr. Olympia. The Miss Olympia can't draw. I listen. They're my girls. If you're watching this, you girls, I'm not putting the sport down. But the fact of the matter is, Miss Olympia draws schmoes, and the general public, you can't even fill up a stadium with that shit. The men do. And they get paid. If the men drew what the woman drew, they would never. They'd never. And fucking
Greg, wait. Isn't it interesting how it used to though? Because remember. Yeah,
but they let
Miss Olympia would sell out the Felt Forum in Madison.
But John, you're talking about a gorgeous Gladys Portuguese. People like that. Right? They let these women get up there. Hi, my name is Gladys, and and she's got fucking 20-inch arms, and she looks like that Russian bitch. You're out of your fucking mind. You let that happen. That's not female. I mean, that's not the female bodybuilding or Corey Everson. You know what I mean? Gladys Portuguese. Tanya Knight. Dude, what would Tanya Knight do today?
Yeah.
She couldn't win a bodybuilding show.
Bikini.
Which, by the way, Karina
Hey, dude, can I say something? What's that fucking Momo there that you have? I like him. That's Dave, your boy there. I like him. He's a good guy, but what's his name there? Chris Aceto.
Yeah.
Over there, Big Ramy should get $1 million from fucking Tony Huge. You get out of here. I mean, that's nice, and I understand you're sucking, your boy's dick, and you want to get him. Not you, Dave. I'm talking about, Chris. Give me the fucking break. These guys aren't gonna pay. They're not gonna make that kind of money back. I don't care if you give Big Ramy $200,000. You think he's gonna draw that much business more?
They're giving him more than $200,000, Greg.
What's that?
He's got to be making $500,000 at least.
I know that, but do you think, John, if you owned a supplement company, Rich Piana didn't have to hire anybody, and he could blow a fart and shit and get more. You're hiring a guy who has no personality. I just,
a guy like Lee.
He can't speak. He can't speak English.
But what you're not understanding with that deal is that Mr. Olympia is now.
That's him calling you.
Yeah.
Mr. Olympia is now not an American. Okay, living in America,
I get the whole European. You want to turn on Europeans, but I don't believe it.
No. What I'm saying is the office of Mr. Olympia is now held by someone who is international, much more so. He can come here, but if American Mr. Olympia goes over there, it's a big deal. But it's not like him, So he's got to draw. He's got to draw them in all of those countries in the Middle East, and that's
but that's not
market.
But that's not going to sell. I guarantee you, Tony Huge does a video, and I love his videos. He's my boy. Tony's my friend, personal friend. You know what I mean? Him and my girlfriend text every day. But let me tell you something. Tony Huge does his videos. That's what made that whole thing. He to me is more Rich Piana. Will draw more than anybody fucking. If you dug him up and put him on a fucking gurney somewhere, his dead body would draw more. Rich Piana knew what he was doing. The fact that these guys, even Boston Lloyd taking the steroids, talking about shit blatantly, those guys will draw. What are you going to do? You're going to go there, oh, look, there's Big Ramy. Can I get my picture taken with you? Here's a picture of me and Big Ramy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's going to equate the sales in supplements. I don't think it's going to
go. Better for him. He's paying a lot of money for him. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you, and I'm not I love Tony Huge. He's my boy, Tony. You know that, okay? But what I'm saying is, Chris Aceto's over there. He should be getting paid more. You're fucking nuts. What? Why? Because he's Big Ramy? Well, how is that going to equate money? Put money into. That's why Blackman stopped hiring people. Hiring all these pros, collecting pros. Dave, you're not collecting pros for species. Gaspari's not collecting all these big pros.
Because I have a name, and Rich Gaspari has a name. I guess if Tony Huge has got a name,
Tony
I guess
Huge,
he wants to start a nutrition
Tony Huge's
company.
internet name is fucking huge.
Right.
And we all know that's not even his real name. But what I'm saying is Tony, I think by Tony going around, laying around with lady boys, taking shots while he's doing it and fucking, dropping DMT. I know people like that shit. That's why Rich Piana used to say that, like, you know, the pro bodybuilder, the big competitors, the Mr. Olympics, they're not the draw. I'm telling you, you could walk in a room and there Rich Piana be at a table and fucking Big Ramy be at that table. Rich Piana will draw more than him because they're listen.
Do you know what? Let me tell you why.
Why? Because personality.
Because Rich Piana was great with people, and he would
Thank
no matter who he was talking to, he would go up to anybody and he would compliment. He would find something to compliment about everybody. And you know, he would say, "Hey, your arms look good," or you know, that's a nice shirt, or you know, he would find something to compliment.
But John, you're making my point.
So that's why people liked him because he was a nice guy.
But you're making my point.
You know,
you're making my point.
Ramy
you're saying exactly
English. You know.
But let me ask you a question. Big Ramy standing there like a fucking lug. Hello, yes. Thank you.
He doesn't speak English that well.
Yeah, he doesn't speak English.
Greg, and you know what?
I know that.
If you go to the Middle East, he's like the president of the United States there. So if you're trying to sell product, if you're trying to sell product in the Middle East, he's your guy. If you're trying to sell product in China or Japan, Big Ramy's going to sell your product because they don't care about what he says. They just want to look at him.
But they're not going to pay the money that
they
fucking
will.
America.
They obviously will.
This is where the Scott is. This is where the money is. And the Middle East, the average person ain't going to say, "Oh yeah, here, let me fucking dole out a ton of money."
They will, though. They will.
He's Mr. Olympia. He's Mr. Olympia. He's the best in the world.
I understand that. I understand.
So what he says goes. So if he says, "I just say nothing," then you're going to drink that shit because he's Mr. Olympia.
I don't see it.
What do you think, Lenny? Lenny, what do you think?
Back in the day.
Well, I think it's a great move because of the size of Ramy. I personally like him, and I think
I like him too.
Opening markets in India, like you guys reiterated, you know, that's what they want to see. They're into that size, and that's a good market that's opening up, particularly India. It's booming, Middle East. And
I just don't. They're not. But then they buy supplements.
Dude, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They're not as big supplements. You don't buy supplements. Greg,
there's 1.5 billion people in India. There's 3 billion people in China. But
they're all poor.
So much. No, they're not. There's only 300 million people.
I don't see it bringing in that kind of money. I know there's people watching this right now freaking out. There's people watching this think I'm nuts. I know that. It's just my opinion.
The market Tony Hughes is after is way bigger than the American market. And he's going to come into the American market. But what's available internationally is huge.
But I'm not against Tony signing him. I'm not against Tony signing. I love Tony.
Greg, it's numbers. The American market is 330 million people. That's it. And even if every single one of them was a bodybuilder, it's not enough. The market where Tony Hughes is billions.
I know all about that.
And they're not all poor. They're not all poor.
They're not big. They're not as big supplement buyers as America.
How would you know? How would you know?
What?
How would you know? Maybe they would be if they would be available there.
I don't know, man. I don't believe that.
India will buy a ton of stuff if you can get it.
Fucking Aceto's over there saying he should be signed for $1 million.
I'll just tell you from my experience. I'll just tell you from my experience at Gaspari. International sales are exploding, absolutely exploding.
And you know what?
We got a $500,000 PO one month. They want $750 the next.
You know what's funny? And you know what they're obsessed with? Americans. There's American guys.
$500 a year.
Bullshit. I know fucking guys. You said that Jay Cutler. You sent Jay Cutler with his blonde hair and blue fucking eyes. I guarantee you he'll fucking sell more supplements because they're obsessed with that. Even in the Asian areas, they don't. Look, I'm not against him signing it, but when I hear Chris Aceto saying he should get $1 million, get the fuck out of here with $1 million.
What did Ronnie get paid when BSN signed him back in the day?
$500,000.
Yeah, that was huge.
And where did Ronnie go? He didn't go all over the place. He was here. Ronnie could fucking sell it out because it's here in America.
No, Ronnie sold. BSN was huge overseas too. Ronnie was everywhere.
Yeah, but you're also talking about a different time and a different era. These guys, you know who's bigger than that? Go in here, RxMuscle, who makes. By the way, I gotta be honest with you. I love that guy. He makes me laugh my fucking ass off. But RxMuscle could fucking sell out a shitload because of not only his personality, but they like that. The internet personality's bigger than some fucking Momo who won a Mr. Olympia. I'm just telling you that. The internet. To me, Rich Piana was a classic case of that. The internet personality can draw more than some guy at Mr. Olympia. They watch TV, they watch the internet. They get on fucking line and they watch. That's what they do. Especially in those other countries.
These guys are like wrestling characters. They have that it factor.
Right. The internet people have the reason why they got a big following. The reason why Piana had a big following, it wasn't always because he was so nice to everybody. It's because he fucking had that charismatic. Your balls got to hang lower than your dick, or your, blah blah blah. He'd say shit. He does shit. He'd be around hot girls and stuff. They like that. You put a Rich Piana in a place. And you can put Mr. Olympia at a table, and everybody will leave that Mr. Olympia table and run to Rich Piana. I seen it happen. Same thing with Dana Lynn Bailey. I mean, I know Dana Lynn Bailey when she was just the isolator girl. You know what I mean? I did many videos with her.
Yeah.
Hey,
and now all of a sudden she's out there. She'll draw more than Miss Olympia. You know what I mean? Miss Bikini Olympia.
Look, there's different marketing strategies. Having Mr. Olympia in your stable is certainly going to bring in
Tony. If you're watching this, I love you.
You don't have to. He knows. You don't have to explain something. My point is,
I'm not putting Tony. I'm saying that
you're talking about valuations of what these people are worth. Okay,
right. And I'm saying Aceto's over there telling him. I could see Tony, and I know
Mr. Olympia is a different creature, Greg.
I know he's talking like a fan.
The second guy at Mr. Olympia is not going to draw what the first guy at Mr. Olympia draws. That's just the way it is. You know that.
The title, to me, I know that these guys, there's going to be guys attacking the shit out of me on here for saying this, but the title doesn't hold the weight that an internet fucking guy will hold. Do you understand? Again, a Rich Piana, or you throw a RxMuscle at a table and you throw fucking Big Ramy. People want to see Big Ramy because he's a freak. They'll take pictures.
That's why these guys need to develop their character.
That's not a fair comparison at all. RxMuscle. Because first of all, RxMuscle speaks English, sort of, and
racist.
And Big Ramy doesn't. RxMuscle's been RxMuscle for 20 years.
Yeah.
And he's been promoting himself for a long time. He's got a huge following in a very niche, area. Big Ramy's concentrating.
Bullshit. Big Ramy. I was with Muscular Development. I was with Branch Warren. We just go, dude, you got to see this guy. You got to see this guy. Go, goes, watch this. Victor's going to come out and he's going to watch what happens. And I look and over the boom, here comes a fucking Big Ramy. And you look, but what I'm saying is they want the personality. RxMuscle will get people at the table. He'd be laughing, making jokes, slapping people.
Look,
you know what I mean?
Look,
what Mr. Olympia, other than Arnold Schwarzenegger, what Mr. Olympia had a personality?
None of them.
Look,
none of them do.
I wouldn't pay $500,000 for anyone because
thank you.
I don't think that anyone's worth it except maybe Kim Kardashian. But my point is it's a very big investment and you got to be willing to throw. It's like gambling. You have to be able to throw it into the wind and hopefully it blows back in your direction and you make money off of it. But other people like to take big risks like that. And with a big risk, it could either go boom and into the toilet bowl, or you can hit big with it. I personally don't like to take those risks. I'd rather take small steps and grow my company organically like that. But everyone has different business models of how they do stuff. I can sell my products on merit. A lot of people need to sell it on flash, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's what your strategy is. Obviously, Tony must have a lot of money. He had that, look, Enhanced Muscle made him a lot of cash.
He was the lawyer.
No, he didn't make it. I'm just saying he made a lot of money from Enhanced Muscle. He's still making it from their gray market, supplements. He probably started the new company, which is a complete different company according to him, with that cash flow. And now he's hoping to legitimize himself with the new company. And I guess he figured, why get a number 5 Olympia guy when I can get the first guy? And so obviously he signed Dennis James and Big Ramy, and He's either going to make a lot of money or he's going to make nothing. That's really what it is. What do you think, Lenny? You think he's going to make money on RAMY?
I think he's going to make some interesting videos in Thailand with RAMY being a strict Muslim and bringing around the ladyboys. I can't wait to see that.
I don't think he's going to be doing that anytime soon.
He's not going to do that. He's not. That's mixing apples and oranges. You and I would like to see. I would watch that. I would watch that in 2 seconds. But I'm going to tell you something.
He's going to bring out the personality in him. I really do.
I tell you what, Tony is a fun guy. I love Tony. I love his videos. I could sit there and watch all. I mean, who else will sit there, watch him drain blood out of his arm by sticking? Oh, I did that same shit. But you know what I'm talking about.
Tony has 2,600 followers, and Cali Muscle has 750,000. And just look.
Yeah, Tony has a lot more than 20. Listen.
It says right here, 26. Unless 20.
He keeps getting his fucking social media.
He has to keep changing his social media account.
He's got 10 social media accounts fucking erased. You don't understand. People love. Look at Boston Lloyd. Look at Boston Lloyd. Why do people like Boston Lloyd? Is it because of his build? No. It's because of his personality.
No.
It's his honesty.
Greg,
his craziness.
People follow Boston Lloyd because they're just waiting for him to drop dead at any second.
No. I know what you're saying.
I don't. You think?
I know what you're saying, but it's his personality. It's what he says. It's how he says. Look at Tony. You just sit there. How many guys have enough balls to sit here and go, I fucked 2 lady boys last night. Look at this girl. This is a lady boy. Look at her ass. Look at that ass. Show him your ass.
You would do that.
How do you look? Dude, he's got the fucking balls. People like that shit. As many guys that sit here and go, that's disgusting. That's a guy. You're full of shit. Go look at your girlfriend and look at the lady boys. He's fucking. They look better. So, better than your girl. But what I'm trying to say is, Tony Huge himself can sell fucking supplements. He's laying around, going to these clubs, going to different countries, trying everything under the fucking sun. You know what I mean? You get Big Ramy, yes, they do a lot of sets, work out hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a train like bull.
But Greg, for the average person who's in the Middle East, training at a gym, who in their mind wants to be Mr. Olympia one day, RAMY will sell them more supplements than Tony Huge at a strip club is going to sell them.
But let me ask you a question, though. What's more popular? Being a fucking YouTube star or being Mr. Olympia? I can tell you right now.
It's a different, Greg, it's a different mindset in the Middle East. The Middle East is a different mindset.
It depends on where.
Yeah.
Depends on the internet. In India, it doesn't matter how many people are on, how many likes you have on Instagram. It doesn't matter.
No. But they see these guys as a celebrity. There's some. I'm not even going to give some of these guys their publicity here, because there's guys I look at like fucking momos. How this guy has 1 million followers and he's a bodybuilder. There's one he talks like, and I'm and it's steroids. See what you have to do, and I'm, I fucking think he's closeted, but whatever. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. We have the same name, but I just don't see how these fucking guys, like I look at this guy and I'm going, who the fuck? What the fuck watches this shit? You know what I mean? And they all just like to hear themselves talk, but they get these fucking.
Let me do an experiment, Greg. Let me do an experiment. I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to ask all of us here, when you want to buy a nutritional supplement, what do you look at? What gets you to pull the trigger, or what has gotten you to pull the trigger in the past when you were younger? I'll go to Mr. G first.
You threw the word younger in there.
Yeah, well, because now we're too smart for our own good. When you were younger, George, and training, what would make you go buy a supplement?
It was who was the top guy in the world. I always seeked out the top number one person in the entire world, and that was Steve Mahat.
Did you ever buy Weider products?
Huh?
You ever buy a Weider tub of protein back in the day?
Yeah, before I knew, because I looked in the magazine.
Of course you did, because you saw all the top stars using them, right?
Right. Then I
wait a minute.
Hold on.
Time out. You're asking a question ask him now.
No, it's not now. It's because he's 60 years old now. I want to know when he was younger. John, when you were younger.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
But there's no internet then.
It doesn't matter. That was the that was how you bought stuff.
But it's different today.
It doesn't matter, because everyone looks at different stuff today. It's the same thing with the young kids' mentality. They buy what they see. They want to look like Mr. Olympia. They buy Mr. Olympia supplements.
Take ass hair.
John, what was the first supplement you bought?
But Dave, Greg is right. Advertising is different now, because
It
You
doesn't
no
matter.
choice.
When you want to be Mr. Olympia
George,
in your
George,
mind,
you had
you
no
buy what
choice.
Mr. Olympia
Right.
uses. John.
George, you had no choice. If Arnold said take ass hair in a capsule, that's what I take to get big. You would have said, fuck it, I want ass hair in a capsule. Because that's what Arnold, but you had no other choice. You didn't have all these choices. You only saw what the men.
It doesn't matter.
Why would you care what the 8th place guy took? I want what the
It's
first.
not about the.
I want what Ramy takes. If I'm a guy coming up, I wanted what Dorian Yates took.
The other choices are meaningless. The other choices are meaningless.
No.
One guy.
You
if the
guys
number one guy's not using it, the other choice is meaningless.
No, you guys are using. No. You're wrong. Listen to me. You guys are talking about. Who gives a fuck about competitive bodybuilding?
Lenny, what was the first supplement you bought? Hold on, Greg. Lenny, what was the first supplement you bought?
Power protein from an ad in Sports Illustrated. Then I fell for the false advertising of Joe Weider's anabolic pack, which I ended up getting a refund. I didn't fall for Cybergenics, but I got into the weight gainers because they worked, instant gratification.
What brand?
And then I started reading Muscular Development and listen to all the things that you recommended. And now I use, the essentials, and I keep some of the luxuries I don't need.
Well, you're older now. What was the when you were using like nutritional supplements? The initial, like when you first started training, what were you buying?
Just a multi-power protein.
Okay.
I took that, and then I ordered the anabolic mega pack, and I got a refund a year later. I fell for that Weider.
And why did you buy it? Hold on, Lenny, why did you buy it?
Because he had athletes, and Lee Haney was one of them.
There you go, Lee Haney, Mr. Olympia, 8 times.
No.
Yes,
But you're bringing in an error.
It doesn't matter. He had other options. He bought what Mr. Olympia used.
All right, let me ask Lenny a question. Lenny, if you were gonna buy a supplement today, and you have a guru like Dave.
He's 50 years old now.
No. Okay, wait a minute. Forget it. You're asking a question. You can't ask what somebody did. It's like saying about baseball back in the 1950s.
Go to the gym and find an 18-year-old kid and ask him what supplement he's going to buy.
All right, Lenny, if you were a 15-year-old kid today, and you saw Dave Palumbo on your internet, and he's talking about, this is, to take this type of protein is because it works with the movement of muscle. Or you watch some bodybuilder, I take this protein right here, and you know that he works for that company. Who are you going to believe? Where would you go to get your information? Wouldn't you go to some guru guy or somebody like a Tony?
If you're smart, if you're smart. Some guys are bamboozled by advertising,
you're
Greg.
you can't ask out. You're asking out of the era.
No.
When I was a kid, I did the same thing.
No, because if you go to the gym,
Lenny, where would you go to now, though?
Hold on,
Lenny,
Greg.
Forget about your age.
If you go to
you
the gym, Greg, and you find a 15-year-old kid, he's going to tell you he's going to buy one of these brands that are advertising all over the internet, Instagram and Facebook. They're not going to buy my brand because they don't know enough. They haven't educated themselves yet. Once they educate themselves, they'll come to me and buy my stuff. I go to the fucking
gym today. Lenny, I go to the gym today, right? And I talk to some of the kids. And you know what's funny? They have no clue.
No, they don't. They just know advertising.
They don't follow bodybuilding. They follow it on the fucking, you know who they follow? These fucking guys like Rich Piana, Cali, they follow the guys or young guys that talk about shit, Nick Strength and power, that kind of shit. They don't follow.
It was all muscle magazines.
Right,
Flex,
we had no choice
Digest,
though.
Iron Man, Muscle and Fitness.
That's your only source.
If I want to be Mr. Olympia and I'm starting out with weights, I am going to buy what Mr. Olympia buys. Now, if I want to just be a badass 5%er like Rich Piana and I'm into tattoos, I'm going to buy what Rich Piana's selling me. And if I'm a nerd, like a science nerd, and I want to get big and I want to know the science of it, I'm going to go to Dave Palumbo and I'm going to find what he tells me to do because he's the science guy. But by and far, most young kids who don't know get bamboozled by whoever spends the most money on digital advertising on Facebook and Instagram and all these other venues that you can advertise on, and that's what people buy first. Just like Weider got the first-time buyers like Lenny and George back in the day, and me, that's how they get it. They don't care if they ever sell another tub to you. They just want the first-time buyer. Then the buyer gets more intelligent and educated, and then they go and find what they really need
They have
science
no
wise.
resales.
No, I did it too, but you're forgetting that the average guy, I go to the gym. And
All RAMY has to do is sell everyone in the world one tub of protein, and you know what? Tony Hughes it becomes rich because from that.
Listen to me. I'm telling you, the average guy, a lot of the kids in the gym today they follow internet stars.
Because they don't want to be Mr. Olympia. They want to be an internet star, and that's fine.
Listen, the sport of bodybuilding is so niche. It's worse than it was years ago. Years ago, we all had passion for it.
You wanted to compete years ago. Nowadays, guys just want to get tattoos and
get jacked for the club,
with big arms.
And they don't care who wins Mr. Olympia.
Right.
They don't give a shit. They don't even know who Big Ramy is.
That's a different bunch of people. That's a different group of people.
But those are the guys buying supplements. They'll go to bodybuilding.com.
Everyone buys supplements. Tony Hughes is going to advertise to the people who want to compete. That's who he's going to sell stuff to.
I still don't think that the guys who want to compete are going to go to gurus. Guys like you and other guys on here that
smart guys who will educate themselves.
Dude, watch these guys. Big Lenny. Did you ever watch one of these guys that's like these experts? I forgot their names. A few of them that like are experts with drugs and experts with fucking like SARMs and all the and they got
self-proclaimed experts. Yeah.
Right, but those kids watch that shit. You know what I mean? There's kids in my gym that take Tren. And they have no idea why. If I said to them, why do you take Tren? Because it gets you jacked, bro.
Don't even look like they take anything. So
but there's guys in there, and I say, well, where'd you hear about that shit? They watch fucking Joe Matarazzi, because he's got 1 million followers on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
They're not going to watch Big Ramy. Big Ramy is a different ball game. I don't know. Look, I love Tony Hughes.
Bring out some personality in him. I really do. He's going to change his image. I really believe that.
I do too. I think once he learns English, he's pretty good with English now, but I think he's going to come out of his shell once he gets more confident, and I think he's going to be.
I'm not putting Big Ramy down. I'm not putting Big Ramy down. I'm putting down the whole idea that it started with Chris Aceto saying he should make $1 million. I'm like, Chris, stop being a fucking fanboy. Stop that. You know what I mean? It's that the guy. Even Tony, he sat there and he's kind of smiling.
Well, Tony doesn't want to pay him $1 million. I don't blame him.
Because he don't want to. Yeah, but he don't want to say anything like, "Hey, Chris, shut the fuck up." But stop being a fanboy. I like Chris Aceto too. You know that. But what I'm saying is, I just don't see the fucking ends justifying the means. I just don't.
Greg,
see
you know what? That's a really good opinion that you have. And that's really all it is. You've got no metrics, you've got no data, you've got no nothing except how you feel about it. And that's great, and that's fine, and you're passionate about it, but you're not right, and nobody is.
I want to see your metrics.
And you know what? Maybe Tony Hughes is not right either, and we're going to find out. But
I hope he makes it.
I have one more question. I know it's a long show. I got one more question for everyone.
I hope he makes $1 million.
Hold on. Just all right. Stop for a second. We've been doing this too long. I got one more question, and we're wrapping this up because we're over already. If you guys owned a supplement company, I do obviously, but if you guys owned your own supplement companies, would you hire a trans, whether it be man to woman or woman to man, to represent your company? Yes or no, Greg?
Yes.
No. Why?
Why not?
Well, what would that do? How would that sell? If I was selling an estrogen, boost your estrogen, I fucking certainly would. Right?
It could go either way, though.
Bitch tits.
Lenny.
What?
I'm going to Lenny now. I want to know if he would hire
Lenny.
one.
Yes, Dave. I would. I would have a very gorgeous one, and I would have a pre-workout, and I would call it Tranny Piss. I know somebody will probably get the name before I get to do that, but I believe that would be a hit.
If you want to work for Lenny's company, you have to sleep with him, though, too. That's the only thing.
Younger kids will like something like that.
You have to date Lenny if you want to work for him, though, too.
Wait, Lenny, did you say Tranny Piss?
Yeah, pre-workout called Tranny Piss.
I love that shit.
I was trying to come up with a name.
Cum?
I think I'm going to take
Tranny
that
Cum
name.
would be the post-workout.
John, yes or no?
What's the question?
If you owned a nutrition company, would you hire a trans, a sexual person to represent the company?
It depends. I'm not going to hire them based on whether or not they're transsexual.
Well, I'm saying, would you have one just to say I have a transsexual
John.
person?
If they did the job better than anybody else, absolutely. I'm taking the best one. I'm taking the best person for the job.
Wait. Dave, you mean as a spokesperson, as your here's my
my athlete, as an athlete.
Yeah, no, John, you're not gonna. John,
no. The answer is
thank you, thank you, John.
Mr. G.
I understand if you're talking about an office worker. She's
no,
an
I'm talking about an athlete. I'm talking about an athlete.
But my reason is not because I don't like trannies. My reason is their market reach is not big enough to warrant the investment.
Well, at least you admit you do like trannies, so that's a good thing.
I like everybody. I don't care what you do in the bedroom. I care what kind of person you are.
George.
I agree 100%.
George.
Never, ever.
Why?
George, you should come out with a tranny cookie.
I'm promoting family values, and concerned about kids growing up and how they grow up, and that's something I don't agree with, and I wouldn't promote it. Doesn't mean that I'm going to hate on those people, or discriminate against them. I wouldn't that, but I don't believe in the lifestyle at all.
It's a business decision. When you're deciding who to represent, it's a business decision.
But business and personal are one and the same.
No, they're not, George. You're in business to make money. That's the reason why.
Hold on.
That's exactly the reason why you're not a multi-gazillionaire right now.
I don't done.
It's because business is business. You do business with your head, not your heart. Never your heart.
Make a cookie with nuts and without nuts.
All right, well, I'll give you my answer.
What you worry about is money in, money out. That's all. That's business.
But you can't. But business is also, you have to have morality too.
No, you don't.
No morality.
All you got to do is not break the law. That's all you got to do.
Doesn't matter if I screw this guy over.
Wait, can I say something about George?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's not who I am.
Let me say something about George. George is having fun with making cookies, and George likes the business. He actually likes to create and shit. So I can understand. He has the right to say, you know what? It's not about the money for me. It's about the creating. I love the fact that I can make this awesome cookie out of fucking nothing, and now everybody likes it. He doesn't care. I think more than the money to George, I think George likes to create and have fun with this. Am I right or wrong, George?
Yeah, I like to help people.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that too. That's my philosophy as well. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I would definitely hire one if I thought that there was someone who was a person who was dynamic, who looked really good, who had a great physique, who was a good spokesperson, who had a good voice, who had a good following. I absolutely would hire someone because I think it's something different.
What if Tyler wanted a transgender? Would you still let him do the camera?
I am. He is transgender. Oops, sorry guys. Didn't mean to spill the beans.
You just Kobayashi Maru'd the whole thing. You changed the rules in the middle of the question.
What?
You said represent.
Yeah, as an athlete, I would have them as one of my athletes. Absolutely. If I thought that they were special and that they made it, they stuck out. I'm species nutrition. We have all kinds of different species here. So.
Hey, what about Sasha Ungata?
What species are you? I would hire her. Back in the day. Would you hire
Sasha Ungata?
Back in the day, I would have hired her. Yeah, absolutely.
There's another one too. What about Gloria Pachota? I know Gloria. She's a good girl.
Yeah. I interviewed her.
You did a fucking interview with her.
I interviewed her, yeah. All right, I got to wrap it up. We've been doing this for 3 hours already, it seems like. Guys, thank you. I love you all, man. Check out, once again, Mr. G's, MrPottsProtein.net. I suggest the Keto Light, but the Jumbo Light cookie is probably the best thing he's got. Give it a shot over there. He's got so many good products. He's on the ball now. He's shipping stuff out, and pretty soon he'll be here in Florida, so they say. Lenny, thank you for joining us. You selling anything, Lenny, that we got to promote?
Yes, the Big Lenny Show. We're doing daily episodes now.
Oh, good.
And I'm also on Cameo.com, and we sell clothing with MisfitsGear.com. So thank
nice.
you, David.
And a boy, Lenny.
Send me a T-shirt. I'll wear it on the show.
We'll get you another one.
Too.
All right. John, your show is the lifestyles of what? The rich and famous over there?
It's Fitness, Fame, and Fortune with Rich Gaspari and me.
Lifestyle of the rich and anus.
Fame and Fortune on
Dragon Slayer, on YouTube channel. Yep.
YouTube, it's everywhere.
And Greg, what are you selling these days? Anything?
My ass. I'm selling my ass. Hey, look right here. Game face, baby. Nootropic. Strongest nootropic out there. My friend made that shit.
Awesome.
And it's stronger than anything. He's already sold out. We're gonna get a new batch. It's he's upgrading it. You got Dave. You're into that. I'll say.
Who made that?
Dave, you know the guy. I sent him to you a long time ago to lose weight, and he never. You know, he's like 500 pounds. Him and his brother. They're millionaires. They're from Long Island. Their father died of Alzheimer's, and they wanted to come out with something.
What's the name of the product?
They're not into supplements. I'll send you to something.
What is it called?
It's called Game Face.
Okay.
It's a nootropic. It's got everything from lion's mane. What's that?
I was gonna buy that the other day. It's a two for one.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you.
I want that.
All right, send it up. Yeah, send me a bottle, Greg.
Wait till you see the new version of it. Dude, it smokes Alpha Brain. It's twice the strength.
The funny thing was, guys, when I got my box of stuff in the mail from Mr. G, I see my wife brings it in. She's like, "What did Gregg Valentino send you?" Because there's a picture of him on the front of the box here. I said, "I don't know. It must be a surprise. I'm afraid to open it." But it was Mr. G's cookies.
Guys, I sent it to construction guys. One of the guys, Mike Turnpike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or another guy.
Yeah, no, Mike D.
Guy from Connecticut. Mike. He wanted to. I sent them a whole bunch of those stickers, and they all put them on their hard hats.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm getting pictures of guys on their hard hats. Like
All right, I gotta go. I gotta wrap it up. I'm Dave Palumbo with the entire Whack Pack. We'll see you next week.
I love you guys.
And remember, RxMuscle Fizz.